Are you constantly dreaming about that vacation on St. Barth's, a brand new car, or what it would feel like to finally have real financial freedom? But for some reason, every month seems to end the exact same way. Your paycheck arrives full of promise, and then, through a thousand tiny decisions, it just disappears. By the end of the month, you're left wondering where it all went. If that sounds even remotely familiar, I have some news for you. The problem probably isn't the size of your income, it's your habits. These are the quiet and visible scripts that run our lives, especially our financial lives. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on 7 specific money habits that are quietly keeping people broke, even people who earn good money. And we're going to talk about how to break them one by one. Stick around because one of these is so deceptively common that almost everyone listening is probably doing it right now without even realizing it. Let's start with the first, and maybe the most fundamental bad habit: saving what's left at the end of the month. For most people, the financial sequence goes like this: get paid, then pay for rent, bills, subscriptions, groceries, a few nights out, and then, if there's anything left in the account, that becomes savings. The problem, the amount left is usually a rounding error, or more often than not, it's zero. This approach treats saving as an afterthought, a luxury that can only happen if you're lucky. Financially successful people don't do this. They flip the entire script. They practice what's often called paying yourself first. The moment their income hits their account, a predetermined portion is automatically moved into a separate savings or investment account. It's not an afterthought. It's the very first bill they pay. It's non-negotiable. Even starting with just 5 or 10% can completely rewire your financial future. The magic here is that when savings happen automatically, your lifestyle simply adapts to what's left. You learn to live on the remainder without feeling deprived because the money for saving was never in your spending account to begin with. The second habit is accepting debt as normal. We live in a world where debt is not only normal, it's actively encouraged. You can finance a phone, a couch, a vacation, even a week's worth of groceries. Consumer debt has quietly woven itself into the fabric of everyday life. The real danger here is the silent wealth killer: interest. With average credit card rates soaring past 20%, carrying a balance becomes a financial sinkhole. Let's make that real. A $1,000 purchase on a card with 20% interest, if you only make minimum payments, could end up costing you hundreds, if not thousands of dollars more over several years. You end up paying far more than the item was ever worth. Many financially disciplined people follow a simple, powerful rule. If they can't afford something without borrowing money, they wait. This isn't because they're cheap, it's because they understand that true cost of debt isn't just the interest, it's the freedom it steals from you. They value their future freedom more than the instant gratification of having something right now. This leads us to habit number 3, living without a safety net. Here's a guarantee: unexpected expenses will happen. It is not a matter of if, but when. Your car's transmission will fail. You'll have an unexpected medical bill. A global pandemic might disrupt your entire industry. Without an emergency fund, every one of these problems becomes a full-blown financial crisis, forcing you back into that high-interest debt we just talked about. This is a massive issue. Recent data shows that well over half of Americans have less than $1,000 in savings, and nearly a quarter have no emergency savings at all. That's why financial planners universally recommend saving 3 to 6 months of essential living expenses in an accessible savings account. This isn't an investment, it's insurance. It's a buffer that does more than just protect your money, it protects your peace of mind. When you have that safety net, a sudden $800 car repair bill is an annoyance, an inconvenience. Without it, it's a disaster that can derail your entire month or even your year. Habit number 4 is a big one: simply not knowing where your money goes. Let me ask you a question. Can you say with certainty how much you spent last month and what you spent it on? Most people can't. Money has a way of leaking out through dozens of small, seemingly insignificant purchases. The daily $5 coffee, the forgotten monthly subscription for an app you no longer use, the impulse buy at the checkout counter. These small leaks feel harmless in the moment, but over a year, they can add up to thousands of dollars. Tracking your spending, even for just 1 month, can be one of the most eye-opening financial exercises you ever do. You can use an app, a spreadsheet, or even a simple notebook. The goal isn't to judge yourself or create a restrictive budget right away. The goal is simply to gather data, to see the truth. Many people are shocked to discover they're spending hundreds of dollars on things they barely notice or value. That clarity is the first essential step towards taking back control. Next up is habit number 5, the subtle trap of expensive lifestyle inflation. Something strange happens when our income increases. Logically, we should feel richer, with more money available to save and invest. But often, our expenses mysteriously rise to meet our new income. You get a raise, so you get a new car with a higher payment. You get a promotion, so you move into a more expensive apartment. Your social life gets more expensive. Suddenly, you're earning significantly more, but you feel just as broke as before. This is lifestyle inflation. The key isn't to deny yourself enjoyment, it's about being intentional. A great rule of thumb is to pre-commit to saving at least half of every raise or bonus you receive. This way, you can enjoy some of your hard-earned money while ensuring your savings rate grows right alongside your income. You're building wealth, not just a more expensive lifestyle. Habit number 6 is one of the costliest in the long run: waiting too long to start investing. One of the biggest financial mistakes people make isn't losing money in a bad investment, it's the money they lose by never investing at all. Time is the most powerful force in building wealth, thanks to the magic of compound growth. It's the idea that your money starts earning money and then that money starts earning its own money. Because of this, money invested early has decades to multiply. A small amount invested in your 20s can easily grow to be worth more than a much larger amount invested in your 40s. Waiting just a few years to get started can be the difference of tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars in retirement. The lesson is clear. Starting early matters far more than starting perfectly. You don't need to be an expert, you just need to begin. Finally, we arrive at habit number 7, focusing only on cutting costs instead of also growing your income. Saving money is incredibly important. Being frugal and spending intentionally is the foundation, but saving has a mathematical limit. You can only reduce your expenses down to zero. Your income, on the other hand, has a far more expansive, almost unlimited potential to grow. While it's wise to cut back on that $5 coffee, it's even more powerful to learn a new skill that could help you negotiate a $5,000 raise. You can focus on starting a small side project, freelancing, or building a small business. The most powerful financial strategy on the planet combines both sides of the equation: spend intentionally and below your means, and at the same time relentlessly focus on increasing what you earn. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, that's okay. The key is not to try and fix everything at once. If you want to start improving your finances today, just try this. Pick one single step to take this week. Just one. Set up that automatic transfer to your savings account, even if it's just $25. Or commit to tracking every single dollar you spend for the next 30 days. Or simply open a calculator and figure out what your 3-month emergency fund goal would be. Small, simple decisions, when repeated consistently, are what create massive, life-altering change over time. Your future self will thank you for the one small step you decided to take today.